are uninsured, which is 70% of all the cars in transit, and this percentage is growing annually. The AA says if you are involved in a crash, you only have a 3 in 10 chances of being with someone who is insured and therefore able to cover any damages. To discuss this, we are joined by Makgolego Sekgobela, who is an insurance expert from Refined. Thank you very much for coming, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, I start by first painting a picture for us about the extent to which road accidents happen.
All
and
right.
when they do,
Okay.
drivers happen not to be insured.
Okay. So what happens is if you're not insured, the first thing, what you need to do is look for your own tow truck. But when you're insured, you're able to call your own insurer, who will then arrange for a tow truck that will come and pick up your car. And they will make sure that the vehicle is in a safe place and make sure that when the assessment is done, they know where the vehicle is. But obviously, if you're not insured, then you have to make sure that you take your own car home or you take it to a place of safety.
Right. Most of the time, the research that has been done is that the motorists who have had insurance before cancelled it later on because they could no longer afford to pay it. What do you make out of this cancellation and recklessness regarding that, exposure to risk to other motorists who are insured?
As you've said in your introduction, it is, yes, reckless to live without insurance, especially for your vehicle, if you're going to keep that vehicle on the road. So if 7 out of 10 drivers on the road are not insured, like we've said before, is that you are adding to that number. So instead of 10, you're adding it to 8 or 9. So the best thing to do is make sure that you are not reckless when it comes to that. You reduce the type of insurance that you have or the cover that you have, even the sum insured that you have, and you try and remove anything that is not of importance in keeping you at good risk should anything happen to your vehicle.
In such a scenario, how do you lodge an insurance claim when somebody who doesn't have insurance bumps you?
You contact your insurer. So the reality is that you are insured. So you don't need to really worry about the person that is not insured in that case. And we hope that there were 7 people that were insured in every 10. So you call your insurance company, you register the claim with them. They will then get in touch with the person that you're involved in the incident with. And they will then try and recover the costs for repairing your vehicle and any legal costs that may be included in that whole situation.
Who pays the excess?
You pay the excess.
Why must I pay? I didn't cause the accident.
The truth is, who causes the accident? The car didn't drive itself. So you were also there. The possibility is that you have some contribution towards that incident. Let's make an example. If you're driving out of a parking lot and somebody is driving past you and you are reversing out, you have some responsibility to look if other cars are coming. So you can't...
Look, an accident is an accident. It's not planned for. Like at the bottom of the screen there, we have to understand excess. Is it fixed or percentage based? There are times where excess is 5,000 rand and I don't have it and I didn't cause the accident. The person who has caused the accident is responsible to pay that excess because that's my car. I was driving carefully.
Remember, the insurance is yours. So you've taken the responsibility to make sure that should anything happen to you, you will then.
But if I caused the accident,
no, it doesn't matter.
Okay, tell me, am I able to recoup my excess from the person who caused the accident?
Yes, you are able to. Remember when I was talking about the legal process that the insurance company will follow. So once they've fixed your car, the most important thing the insurance company will do will be to assess your car and get it fixed. Once your vehicle is fixed, then the legal department then gets involved with the person that bumped your car.
It's so easy when you're giving me answers regarding paying insurance when an accident has happened.
Yes.
But insurance companies give motorists a run for their money. They repudiate claims like nobody's business. Why is that?
The truth is, insurance companies are in business to pay claims. But on the flip side is that insured clients don't always become honest with insurance companies about a number of things. Insured people or policyholders, sometimes they drive drunk. Sometimes they drive under the influence of other substances. Sometimes they withhold information, very valuable information that will assist the insurer to make sure that the premium that they give them is the correct premium. So let's say, for example, if you tell me that you've got a Code 8 license and you actually have a Code 10 license, those two people don't have the same type of training when they get onto the road.
During accidents,
yes,
tow trucks flock like scavengers to the accident scene. And sometimes the drivers are injured. They're not able to authorize them to say, you can take my car. And then later on when they come, they find that they have been charged for kilometers and storage by tow truck companies that never negotiated anything with them. How does the insurance company come in there?
All right. As an insured person, part of the process that you would go through when you're taking up a policy is telephone numbers that you need to use to call the insurance company in case of emergencies. Now, it does happen that one is unconscious, and when one is unconscious and not able to make a call on their, by themselves to an insurer to say that I've had an incident, insurance companies do allow to a certain amounts. It differs from policy to policy. Some insurance companies might allow to 5,000 rands, some might allow to 10,000 rands. And in specific or in unique situations, insurance companies do pay for a tow truck that would have taken your car. But when you're conscious, it is always important that you remember who you insured with and you call them first.
If it happens that a tow truck has taken somebody's car and they didn't authorize, what happens then? Does the insurance company pay even when it doesn't use an accredited tow truck company?
They will pay at certain stages. So they will, in your policy, it will note that we will only pay up to 5,000 rands for, let's make an example. They will pay up to 5,000 rands if the towing is not authorized. But like I said, when you're conscious, it is upon you to be safe and call your insurance company to come and tow you. But when you're not conscious, you're hospitalized or whatever the case may be, then the insurance company then will also, they're human, they understand that these things do happen.
So on a parting shot,
yes,
what are the key sensitive issues one should look out for in order to be in the good books of the insurance? Because things look very nice when we are negotiating for insurance, but when you have to pay me, it's something else. I have to be the beggar. So to be in your good books, what is it that I must look out for?
I think the first important thing to do is to make sure that the information at quoting stage is correct. So you're giving the information that is correct. Your license details, your previous claims, your previous insurance history is always correct. At time of incidents, you have adhered to the terms and conditions. Like, for example, you do have that license that you said you have. You are the person that is driving the vehicle often, as you said that you were. You're not driving under the influence. Very, very important.
So if then I happen to have something to drink at a party and then I ask a friend to drive me home, is it okay?
Yes, it is okay to ask a friend as long as they are driving legally. The most important thing is that the person must be driving with a driver's license. If they were learners, then there must be you or somebody sitting with them in front with a valid driver's license.
Right. Thank you very much for making time to speak to us.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Makgolego Sekgobela, insurance expert from Refined. Let's take a break, and after that we continue.